Hey, it's Tony. Again, here with a pickup video. This video is going to be pretty long, and I picked up a ton of stuff, either via trade or I bought. But seriously, this today, and I'm filming on the day that I did some pickups. Okay, today, which would be Saturday, and then yesterday, I probably have done the most hunting I've done in a long time. Okay, and I found some good stuff for dirt cheap. I don't think I went overboard. I did make a huge trade, which I'll get to, for some very cool things I had in my collection. But first, my games are mixed in together now with everything that I got. I could probably tell you where I got most of it. But Friday, I went to Jefferson City, Missouri, and I also went to Eldon, Missouri, and did a store trade in Eldon. I know the owner there. I've been doing business with him for almost 3 years-ish, off and on. I don't go to Eldon very often unless he has something cool for me. And he's been kind of hanging on to these items for, I'm going to say better part of a year, maybe half of a year. I don't know exactly. And he let me know when he got the stuff in, which is really cool. But I knew he was kind of sitting on that stuff. And usually when store owners are sitting on stuff for a while, maybe they're a little bit more flexible to get some cash flow going, and I understand that. So I had a bunch of Super Nintendos, and I did not want to sell them on eBay. Shipping is just outrageous. And honestly, I just wanted to get rid of them. They were in great shape, great working order, perfect. So I got rid of them, and I got rid of some doubles that I'm not going to sell on eBay. But we did a massive trade, and I'll get to that later. But before we get to the pickup video, here's a little bit of travel footage for you all too. It's actually on my way back from Eldon, Missouri. I believe so. But very exciting that I got this trade. Without further ado, here is some travel video footage. Hey guys, it's Tony again, and I'm on the road here. The nice thing about summer is I had the freedom to travel where I want to within reason and kind of make a day of it. Well, today I took a lovely trip to Eldon, Missouri, or as I like to call it, Eldon. Inside joke, because Elrond from Lord of the Rings, Eldon, sounds similar. Anyway, I got to go there, made a really good trade today. At a game store, PC repair store in Eldon, Missouri. I cannot recommend that guy enough. he always hooks me up. He always tells me when he has cool stuff that I'm looking for, interesting stuff. Okay, in the past I scored a 3DO off of him in a ton of games for dirt cheap, with trades, of course. And today I'll share what I got today as well. But that's another thing, guys, that I'm going to share with you is you need to make connections. You need to make relationships in this hobby. Okay, I have several now that I've built over the years, either in Mexico where I live or across the state. Some in Colombia, some in Jeff City, some in Eldon. Okay, and just various other places. Okay, Fulton, trying to build a relationship there. So anyway, that's part of it, is building relationships. I actually talked to that guy probably a good hour just about old arcade stuff, and I'll show a picture in this video of a really cool 1975 Pong machine that he showed me. Not a machine, an arcade unit. It looked rough, but he actually offered me a price for it. I'm not gonna buy it because it's probably too much for me to handle. I don't know anything about arcade stuff, but it was pretty cool to see that. I've never seen one in person. That thing looked dirty, man. Whew. I'll show you the picture in this video, like I said. But anyway, we talked about arcade stuff, kind of what I'm looking for right now, and we just kind of, talked other stuff too, like what's going on in his life and my life a little bit. He is in the process of buying a home. I just bought a home, so we can relate. So guys, just make relationships. Also, be willing to travel a little bit here and there. I do a lot of my deals in Mexico. Okay, where I live, I love doing swap shop stuff there. In Mexico, I also enjoy just yard sales, garage sales, and my local honey hole there never disappoints. But don't be afraid to go out of your way every now and again. Like today, I hit a thrift store in Eldon, Missouri that was kind of newish, and I made out pretty good. Paid thrift store prices for some stuff that was pretty cool. Some Xbox and PS2 games. Some of them are a little uncommon-ish. Some I just bought because I thought they were funny. But I did get a really good haul today, and I'll do a pickup video as well. So guys, just don't be shy to drive. Don't be shy to make relationships with people, okay? That's how I make my best deals, okay? And this guy, I'm sure, he knows I love retro. He knows I love arcade stuff. So he's gonna hit me up. Last year, I got a really cool Atari 2600 case off of him for cheap in a trade. Also, he hooked me up with a dog bone controller that I've been looking for, and I actually upgraded my my top loader. I had a top loader that was really dirty and dingy, and actually there was a huge cut in that thing, and he had a really nice clean one that I upgraded to. So he's pretty good to deal with. I recommend him highly. He's in Eldon. Just Google PC retro games, and you can find his store. He has a lot of stuff, a lot of games. Some stuff's kind of common, but I actually picked up a couple of PS2 and PlayStation games that I haven't seen. Actually, not even like in game stores and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, that's your tips. I'm headed back, and we'll hit you back up with a pickup video coming up soon. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of knowledge there about building relationships with people and being sincere about it. I have talked to that guy. I'm not going to say we're like friends, but we do talk quite a bit, especially about games. It's really cool to talk to somebody who grew up in the 80s and went through that whole arcade mania, if you will. And he loves arcade games. He buys some, and he tries to restore them to the best of his knowledge. But he is a collector in that regard too. And he helped me out a while back when I had my Galaga cabinet and trying to figure out what the heck to do with it, what it was, because it ended up being an actual Tron cabinet, like the actual wooden cabinet piece was a Tron cabinet, and ended up being kind of a harder to find Tron cabinet. And honestly, when I sold it, the guy did not care about Galaga, which it was basically converted to a Galaga, and he told me that the board was fake, it was a reproduction, and he was going to gut it, and he's going to restore it perfect to a Tron cabinet. And I might do a video on that once I get some more information from him. He's going to send me some photos and show me what he's done, and I'm looking forward to that because I like Tron. It's an underrated arcade game. But yeah, let's get to it. My pickups are a little mixed in. I also went to, and I won't show any footage for that because I'm actually going to save that for a special video where I went to Kirksville, Missouri, and Ottumwa, Iowa. Ottumwa, Iowa. I've been trying to say that name right now all day, and I think I got it down. Ottumwa. It's an Indian name, and it's in Iowa. And the significance with Ottumwa is that was dubbed the video game capital of the world. Okay, at one point in time, there was an arcade there, and I'll save all this for the video, but there was an arcade there that basically started the whole record keeping standards and all that stuff. And I'll save that for the video. I'll do another video on that alone where I go to the spot. It's really, really cool. If you're into that kind of arcade scene like I am. But anyway, my games are all mixed in. So some I might remember where I got, some I don't. I've been to a lot of thrift stores, a lot of pawn shops, a lot of flea markets, even some garage sales. I got a really good deal at a garage sale, and I'll share that. I do know those games, but I've been all over the state of Missouri these past 2 days searching for games, which is what I love to do in the summertime when I have some time off and I have a little extra money from summer school. But let's get right to it. And I literally anything and everything. Like I say, I collect Atari to PlayStation 4. Okay. But before I get to that, I want to give a shout out. I went to a game store in uh, Eldon, okay, Eldon, Missouri. It's called Smash Hit Movie and Games. Okay, and I'm a card collector of sorts. I collect cards from different game stores all over the state of Missouri, and um, he has a YouTube channel and they do a podcast. And he says he does anything from video games to baseball, professional baseball, and whatever else. They have a podcast, and you guys should subscribe to him. This is actually his handwriting, TK Style. I'm going to subscribe to him as well. And this guy's out of Eldon, Missouri. So very cool. All right, let's get to the snap. Dropped it. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I got this from that computer store, game store. This is it's a converter for like your old school Atari games. Okay, I have a lot of vintage computers, so that's gonna. I haven't ordered one yet, and basically you just put in the AV out here, and you can go that route. Okay, so that's cool. I got that in a trade. All right, and like I said, this stuff's all mixed in here. I got this at a thrift store, cheap, dirt cheap, like $2, and it's complete. I got this at his game store, that game store in Eldon, and it says Boyer. It's Cybernator. I've heard this is a great game, Boyer. Thanks, Boyer. There is some writing on the back label, which I'm a little upset about. This I can get off really easy. Okay, so that's cool. I got this today actually. Telegames Breakaway Away 4. I think I have this game. I just don't have this variant. So there's my Atari game. Told you. And I got this at a thrift store as well. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Alma or Almia. And it's complete. I got that in a deal. I got that in a deal bundle. It's pretty cool. So that'll go with my DS Pokemon games. I did pick up some PSP games. I actually got this in a trade from my buddy Levi. Thanks, Levi. Appreciate it. I look like Hugh Jackman. I don't have it. I just saw it in his stuff, and we made a trade. So it's complete. I got these. This is really cool. We got Star Ocean First Departure, and it's complete. And this is basically just Star Ocean, the Star Ocean that we did not get on Super Nintendo. And it's remastered. I would like the second one as well. I have Second Story on PlayStation 1, which I love. That's one of my all-time favorite PlayStation games. One of my all-time favorite RPGs. And a buddy of mine in high school, we didn't have enough money to buy it like on our own, so we had to go in together to buy it. I mean, it was like a $30 game, and we were broke. We didn't have jobs, so we had to share it. And that game has multiple endings and literally hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay. And I think I borrowed it the longest because it's in my collection. But that's cool. I plan on playing that. I also got this for cheap. Astonishing Story. It's an RPG, and it's Ubisoft. Um, it might be an action. Yeah, it's an action RPG adventure. So probably more along the lines of like a Lundra or Zelda-ish. But it looks cool. Yeah, cheap. I also got this today, dirt cheap. I collect VHS stuff, especially if it's gaming related. Sonic Racer. And this is the more serious Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, the darker one. I like both. The silly one, actually, I like better. But this one's good too. This is more for the mature Sonic fans. Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance. I got this at a thrift store for $2. DK King of Swing. That's cool. I never owned that. I don't have this in my collection. I have Dreamland 2. Kirby's Dream Land. That's cool. I paid $3 for that. Pocket Bomberman. Just a little beat up. Kind of. It's got some like whiteout on the back, but I can try to clean that up. This is really cool. Now I have both Contras on Game Boy, and I paid $3 for this. The label looks, no, it's real. But Contra Alien Wars. So that came out right around the same time as Contra 3 on Super NES. I love Contra 3. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I enjoy it. And I plan on playing this tonight. Yeah, so I have both Contras now. That's pretty cool, right? Speaking of Game Boy, okay, there was a brand spanking new game store in Ottumwa, Iowa, and I got those at Ottumwa thrift store. But in Ottumwa, there was like a brand spanking new game store. They call themselves. I did not get a card because they're so new. Double Dragon Gaming, I think that's what they call themselves. But they've only been there for about a month and a half. But they actually have some pretty decent stuff. And probably I'm going to say about 10 to maybe 15% below retail. Which what they're trying to do is they're trying to get customers in. They're trying to build their base. And I understand that. And that's about what I would charge too if I was running a game store. But anyway, he had some pretty good stuff. There were a few PlayStation titles that I considered. They were like $50. They actually had Bait and Kados for GameCube. I think that's how you say it, for like 45. I passed. But I did get this. I did trade. I had a couple extra games. But I did trade for this. This is really cool. Pokemon. This is the TPP version, Red Anniversary Edition. And it's fan made. It's fan made by, I'll tell you here in a second. Well, it's on this case. Twitch Plays Pokemon. This is a homebrew. Okay. But I got it basically for the collection. And basically this version you can catch all 151, including Mew, in this version. And yeah, it's reproduction, but I have the Japanese Pokemons except for Green. And I have all the American Pokemons. in the box, except for I'm missing a box for blue, which I'll get eventually. And I'll have all the first generation Pokemon games. I would lump yellow in there. But I have those as well, and I just thought, man, that'd be cool to display, buy them in this really neat case that's custom made. The Anniversary Edition. This edition of Twitch Plays Pokemon puts you in control of the action again. This time, all the decisions are yours. You catch all 151 Pokemon without trades. So I'm assuming you can catch a Bulbasaur, a Charmander. It's probably has a yellow mechanic, because yellow you can catch all three, just like Ash does in the cartoon. So that's probably what that does to help with the first three starting Pokemon. And I bet it makes you start out with Pikachu. I bet. I haven't tried this yet. But that was pretty radical. I couldn't pass that up when I saw it. And I got a bunch of freaking PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PlayStation 1 games. But before that, shovelware, Minute to Win It. It's complete in box. I paid like $2 for it. I did pick up a few PC games on accident, actually. I didn't look at them close enough. I thought they were PS1. But I got Magic Carpet, PC, whatever. Rayman, PC, which I actually have. I thought it was PlayStation. But it's actually in a Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone PlayStation 1 case. Whatever. And I did get this on purpose. It's a PC game, and it looks wacky. I don't know if... It looks like a first-person shooter. But the name of this game is Redneck Rampage Rides Again, Arkansas. I mean, look at that cover. I mean, I couldn't pass up on that. No matter if it's like the worst game of all time. Okay, whatever. Yeah. It's in my collection. Let me get to those in a minute. Let me go through my Xbox titles. I did get these at a thrift store in Eldon, and literally the guy, I was looking at the Xbox games and PlayStation 2 games, and he said, "Hey, they're on sale right now, $2 a piece." I said, "Shut up! Here's my money," or whatever that meme is. And I picked up some pretty okay titles I don't see very often for cheap, or I just don't see it all, and I'll just go through it. Mech Assault 2, Lone Wolf, and ignore the, if it says $5, it wasn't. I didn't pay that. Chase, Hollywood Stunt Driver. This looks like an RPG. Might be action RPG. Nightcaster, Defeat the Darkness. This is cool because I liked it on PC. Serious Sam. And all these are complete in box except for like 2. Breakdown. This is a Namco game. Never heard of it. Looks interesting enough. I'll pop it in. Looks like a first-person shooter. I don't know. This is cool. I have it on GameCube. Cell Damage. Yeah, that's cool. I love the artwork for this game. And it's a great game. Yeah, I love Cell Damage. This is cool. I haven't looked at the price yet. I actually picked this up at a Salvation Army. Deus Ex Invisible War. I don't know. I just saw the Deus Ex and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting that. It's got to be a sequel. I don't know. I also got this at a Goodwill. Kill Switch. Which is pretty cool. So those are my Xbox titles. Now to the PS2. And I got a lot of PS2 games today. Like I said, I got these at a thrift store. Mostly in Eldon. Some I picked up random. Or I got in that trade, that massive trade in Eldon as well. But I got this actually in Ottumwa. Yeah, that glare. Beyond Good and Evil. That's really good game. And I didn't have it in my collection. It's immaculate. Basically, like you take pictures. It's pretty cool. Another stuff. Here come the Men in Black. Men in Black. Never played it. I think I got it for like $2. I got this in a trade. MDK Armageddon 2. It's MDK 2. And I have MDK 1 on Dreamcast. I know it came out on PlayStation. I need to see if I can track that copy down. But it's like a third-person shooter. And it's okay. It's all right. Jimmy Neutron, boy genius. That's all I got to say about that. DOA Hardcore fighting game. I got this because of how awful it is. Backyard Wrestling. Don't try this at home. Red Faction. I think I have this. I don't know. I'll have to look. Backyard Wrestling 2. It has like porn stars in it, apparently. Like Terry Patrick, I guess. Andrew WK's in it. Sweet. I bought this just because I knew it was a bad game. Friends, the one with all the trivia. This game looks great. Wow. Another Jimmy Neutron game. Jet Fusion. I got this. I'll just look at the value. Breeders' Cup World Thoroughbred Championships. Because I know some of these are kind of hard to find. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. It's a Bethesda game, too. Bethesda, however you say that. The people who make Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, and Fallout. Okay. Tie 2. Tie the Tasmanian Tiger 2. Bush Rescue. I have Tie 1. Backyard Sports. I actually really like this series. It's fun. Yeah, I know. It's a sports game. I do like the Backyard Sports games. They're fun. Arcade-ish. Veggie Tales. Larry Boy. And the Bad Apple. Oh, boy. Yeah, VeggieTales all the way, man. I didn't grow up with VeggieTales. I was too old. But I've had a lot of exposure, to say the least. Okay, PlayStation games. And I got a lot of these. If I can get them. And I got these mostly at random thrift stores. Grind Session. Most of them for $1. NCAA Game Breaker 2001. I got Spyro. And it's not in the original case, but I could probably sell that pretty easily. I have this already. This does not have a game. I got the lady to sell it to me for like $0.25. It was just, honestly, I was just trying to get her to give it to me. Spec Ops Stealth Patrol, and I think I actually have it loose. This is really cool. I actually remember reading a review on this, and I knew it was wacky back then, and I always wanted to play it. It's called Spider the Video Game, and yeah, the case is cracked, but I'll end up replacing that, fixing it. But it's wacky. It is wacky. If you guys want to see a weird, crazy game, YouTube a review on this. I got Spyro, Crypto's Rage, which I already own. Spyro, this is not, there's no game in it, but I actually needed this case. Spyro Year of the Dragon. I have that loose. Oh, and I'll put those on bottom. I got this in a trade because I remember renting it all the time and loving it. It's really not that good of a game. But Project Overkill. Chess Master 2. Got that with the trade. Got this at a thrift store. Team Rocket Rescue. $1. You can't go wrong. I did get this at that game store in Eldon, the other game store where I met that YouTuber, Crusaders, Might and Magic, and I did not pay that $9.99. G Police. Yeah, I need to replace the case, the front case. But I remember reading a review on this back in the day and wanting to play it because it looked very interesting. Okay, now for the last part of the PlayStation games here, let me put these down first. Dropping crap. These were random. Totally random. And they're not going to work on my PlayStation. But I was like, yeah, I need to pick these up. Now, they're probably not worth anything in Japan or here. I don't know. I could look them up and see. Because DDR was very, 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 very popular over there. And I got 1 and 2 Japanese titles. When you find Japanese games at a random thrift store in Kirksville, Missouri, you pick them up. Japanese. This is Dance Dance Revolution's second remix. Append Club Version Volume 1. And then same thing here. It's second remix, Club Version 2. And I could not tell you. There's some English on here. Yeah, they're probably all Japanese bands. Or like techno stuff I couldn't tell you anything about. I got those and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to add those in my collection. Be a curiosity piece. So there's the PlayStation titles. Now let's get to PlayStation 4. And I'm not even done, guys. I'm not even... Oh, I did get one Vita game. Wipeout. Man, I've been hitting hard. 2048. I love Wipeout. I need Wipeout 2 on PlayStation 1. And I think there's a Wipeout for the PlayStation 3. I think this is a PlayStation 3 game. But my Vita collection is not very big, so I got this cheap, put it in the collection. There you go. Now, the prices that you're going to see on here, I did pay. And I think, this is a pretty good deal. I actually bought a couple other games that I've already traded off. I got GTA 5 and NBA 2K 15. Yeah, 15 with this. And I paid 35 bucks. Okay, for these games and those two games, and actually a headset. Okay. Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. I need to take the sticker off. PlayStation 4. These are all complete. Drive Club. I've never seen PlayStation 4 games at a yard sale. Okay. And I don't own any of these games right here. Madden 15, which this probably is going for about $5 right now. I actually used to own this game, and I'm going to keep it this time, but I actually ended up trading this off probably about 6 months ago. Killzone, Shadowfall, it's alright. And I might debate on trading this. I don't know. I'm not a big Call of Duty fan, sorry. But it's Call of Duty Day Zero Edition Advanced Warfare. I couldn't tell you anything about this series. I played it one time, and that was enough. But I got all those for 35 bucks. And I got like my trade value back alone off of these games. Okay? Like I got like something like close to $40 in trade. So for those two games, and just kind of adding to the, like I said with my Vita, adding to the collection a little bit, because my PS4 collection isn't big. I think now with that, now I have like 15, which I don't really plan on owning a big PS5, 5 PS4 collection. Oh, a junky Wii game that I forgot. Wii Fit. The only reason I bought that, I actually sold my copy to a buddy of mine who ended up buying a Wii Fit board from me, and he wanted Wii Fit for his wife. So I ended up rebuying this for my wife. So, woohoo, Wii Fit. Okay, story time. Before story time, one non-gaming related item I picked up. Goosebumps puzzle. This is The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. So that's really cool. I'm pretty sure it's all there. I paid 50 cents. Oh, score. There's some dots. Playing cards. Bonus. Okay, whatever. So that's cool, and I actually collect Goosebumps as well. So story time. Okay, trade. I got a huge trade. With a bunch of stuff and a couple Super Nintendos and actually a PlayStation 1, an N64, and a Sega Genesis. The Sega 64 did not have any cords. The Sega had a controller. The 64 had a power cord. So it did have some stuff. And some games. Some doubles. Okay, doubles of my doubles. And this guy, he knows that I like to collect obscure stuff, random stuff. The more obscure, the better, in my opinion. And he had two things that he'd been sitting on a while. Like I said, he had a 3DO, okay, with a ton of games. Not a ton, some games. And he had a Atari 5200. The 2-port, not the 4-port. The 2-port is more sought after because you don't have to directly connect the power and the AV out and all that stuff. Okay, so he had a 2-porter. I have a 4-porter right now that doesn't work. I'm pretty sure I shorted it out. And he got those ready for me, took some pictures and stuff, and the 3DO was actually in the box. That's what intrigued me the most. And it's one that I don't have. I had the Panasonic one. This is the Gold Star one. I'm going to show you the box first. I'll show you the 3DO stuff. Yeah, and it is complete. It's got a few dings in it, a few little corner issues, like right there and right there. It actually has like a big chunk, looks like somebody took a pin. And it's not in the best shape, but I don't care. It's cool. But it has the manual in it as well. And it actually has a styrofoam in it. I don't want to take it out because it would make a huge mess. It actually had all 4 games that it has on the front here. It looks like somebody just kept this whole set together. It had the 2 controllers, all the hookups, and these 4 games in there. Shockwave. Putt Putt joins the parade. So it's like a kid game. Your photos on a Kodak photo CD. I wouldn't really call that a game. And then FIFA, soccer, international. So that's this. They probably started bundling these when these were like not selling. But I had the Gold Star one now, and I had the Panasonic. The Panasonic is loose though, but that's in the box. I'll show the system now. This is like in perfect shape. These things are heavy. There's the Gold Star. I'm actually going to power it on as soon as I'm done, and I'm going to try out some of these games. My Panasonic had a few issues with it. I had to clean it a few times, and I'm hoping this one works better. But that's really cool to have the Gold Star and the Panasonic 3DO. 3DO is not, to me, it's like a mixture of Sega CD and PlayStation 1, early PlayStation 1. Like somewhere in the middle there. Okay. Yeah, here are the controllers and all the hookups. So I'm actually going to put that off to the side. And I'm going to play that sucker tonight. So what's the point of having games if you don't play them, right? And the games I got. Some of these I have, some of these I don't. Actually, I don't have any cases for my 3DO, like for my games. So this is going to help. And these prices that are on here, I did not pay. I got them in trade. He really hooked me up. I got, and I have this on Sega CD, Star Wars Rebel Assault. Slam Jam 95. I don't have that one either. I don't have Rebel Assault either. I don't know if I said that. I do have this, but I don't have the case. Return Fire. This is a great game. Great game. I love it. This is like a must-have for this system. FIFA. So this came with the system. I don't have that either. Here's that Putt Putt. Putt Putt joins the parade. I don't have that. Here's that Kodak photo CD stuff. I don't know. I'm going to keep it with the system. Here's a Shockwave that came with the system. So that's really cool. And he also threw in these games. And I have this. I just don't have the case or the manual. So that's a big bonus because I'm a big collector like that. Love case and manuals and all that. VR Stalker. Yeah, I don't remember playing this. Must not have been very memorable. Here's the manual to Rebel Assault. Don't have the long box. And I think this was just like an insert. Welcome to the future. I'm so glad that future's done. I do have this. I just don't have it in the case. Theme Park. I love Theme Park. I had it on PlayStation 1 back in the day. I played it, man. I loved building the roller coasters and watching. They didn't die. Okay, they won't die in the game, but like if you don't take care of your roller coasters, the people in the park will like fall off the ride, like fly off the ride and stuff, and then they'll complain to you. It's pretty cool. And the manual kind of fill out the long box and the manual to FIFA Soccer International. And then lastly here, guys, I got 5200 stuff. Okay, I'll show you the games first since they're right here. And actually, I owned all of these almost except for like 2, but I did some label upgrading. And that's another good thing to do, too, is that you can label upgrade and then sell off your older games, which that's what I'm going to do with my doubles of these 5200 games. These are the actual games I got with the lot. Pole Position, which I'm a huge Pole Position fan. The arcade, the original arcade. Galaxian. Don't know why Galaga didn't come out. Pac-Man, which this is a much better version than the 2600 version. Centipede. I love Centipede. Dig Dug. This one I didn't have. Missile Command. This one I didn't have either. Defender. I didn't have this one either, so I didn't have 3 of these. Quicks, whatever, however you say that. Kicks. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Frogger, which I had, but I did a label upgrade. and Cubert, which I had, but I did a label upgrade. My label is actually coming unglued, which this one is 2, but not as bad. And also, I didn't have these. The manuals, pole position manual, and the overlays. A lot of the overlays. That's what they look like. Yeah. So I won't show all the overlays. I'll show all the manuals. Pac-Man. Frogger. Kicks. Which I have that on Atari computer. 400, 800. Dig Dug manual. This is really cool. The manual for no, this is like a catalog. Catalog for the 5200. Here's the manual. I just need a box now, man. Need a box. This looks like it's like service stuff for the 5200. Oh, and this manual, missile command. So yeah, I like to collect the manuals too. And then just a couple more things here. These, and he assured me, and I'm gonna test them out here after the video. He assured me that these function. They've been refurbished, and they should work. And I'm gonna test them out tonight. So we'll see. The ones I had actually were working too. So now I have like 5 of these, which is cool. I like the. I love the 5200. I don't care what people say about it. And all the hookups too. That's the thing I think I was missing was the power cord, the right power cord to this thing. And he told me that this was kind of unique. Kind of harder to find these. I've never seen one. But I guess you can like hook up two things, like 2 game systems. And it's got the RF. Yeah. So you don't have to mess around with this nasty thing, which I hate. And last 2 things here. He threw this into the track ball controller. So that's really cool. So you can play like Centipede. And then lastly, last here. This thing's a beast. 5200. It's a 2-port. Here, better view. 2-porter. And I'm literally going to test this baby out. Oh, that didn't sound good. I think it's just the pieces to the tray. Because he did show me that. It's a little gnarled up. So like a true purist collector would have a little hissy fit about that. Me, if it looks alright, it looks alright. Okay. So anyway, kind of a very long video. This should have been like 2 videos, honestly. But I just wanted to do it all, get it out of the way, show you what 2 days of heavy game chasing looks like. Okay. And I'm also going to do another video about Ottumwa, Iowa. So we'll be looking for that one. About the old arcade scene back in the day. And we'll check out the video game capital of the world, and they still claim that title, by the way. But I really appreciate you guys viewing and watching. I would ask you guys to please subscribe to me, and please like these videos and leave comments. I'm up for suggestion, anything. Okay, at this point, I'm very new to YouTube, very new to this editing stuff, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.